going to start talking about paragraph and character styles. So in this video, I'm just going to talk about what they are, and then I'll have a series of videos where we're going to do a demo, so we get to practice these and really understand them. So paragraph and character styles are going to be the main object in exercise C, which is formatting some recipes so they look like they came out of the same cookbook. So we will talk about that more in depth after we get through sort of what these things are and how to do them. So what are paragraph and character styles? So type styles are a way to save specific settings for font spacing, alignment, color, hyphenation, and much, much more. Using them saves a designer a lot of time and tedious work, manually applying the same settings over and over again. It also makes it much easier to be consistent throughout a document or a series of documents. So if you think about one project I had one time in one of my jobs was formatting like a 20-page directory, and I didn't completely have the paragraph and character style dynamic figured out, and I would have saved a ton of time had I done this correctly. So you can define a style for, say, these headings, or in a directory it would be like the name, and you save that setting, and then you just click or put your cursor in every line that has a name, and you can do a keyboard shortcut or click on a list and it's automatically formatted. It's magic. So why do you need to know them? Understanding and employing type styles is a critical skill set for a graphic designer. You'll be more efficient, more consistent, and I absolutely promise you're going to be way less irritable. So for the Adobe software, type styles are most readily available in InDesign and Illustrator. They show up in some form in some of the other programs, but it is interesting to know that they're also available in Word, but let's not talk about Word anymore. Ew. The other way that styles function, and this is true of, if you're designing something in InDesign or even Word, is if they're used in a specific way, they can make documents accessible. So if someone's using a screen reader, that screen reader software needs to know that this is a heading, and this is a heading, and this is content. So with styles applied in any of these softwares, if you follow the right directions, you can make sure that your documents are accessible to people who need them to be. So what's the difference between these two types of styles, paragraph and character styles? So this is key. Paragraph styles should be applied to virtually all text, of course in relevant layout. So I mentioned the cookbook thing that we're going to do. I mentioned a directory. That's how we're going to learn what these are. If you've got like a magazine or an annual report or a book, those are all great places to use paragraph styles. If you're doing a tiny little one-off thing that doesn't have a lot of text, and like the bus line poems we're doing, they're going to be short. They're probably not great situations for using styles. So this is more of a longer document, a lot of text thing. So paragraph styles can save information about spacing, indentation, hyphenation, alignment, even things like drawing a line above or below a line of type, or adding a box of color behind text. They're really powerful. Character styles, however, should be thought of as exceptions to the overall paragraph styles you've set. Think of them like the bold words in your textbooks or italicized phrases within a sentence. Character styles can only contain font, style, size, color, tracking, and other character settings. No paragraph spacing, no indentation, no alignment. None of those larger block of text settings can be set in character styles. When I was learning them, I remembered the difference by saying to myself, character styles have exceptional character because they are exceptions. I realize this is completely dorky, but you know what, it worked. So as long as you make a connection to remind yourself that character styles are only sort of these vocab words in your book, they're little exceptions to the overall rule, you'll be able to keep them separate.